Welcome, I'm Brooks Hayslip, your guide to a connected life to inspire mindful living. This is going to be a short and sweet practice to open the sides of our body, to invoke curiosity, big picture perspective, a space of pause, of being open-minded, and really trying to challenge ourselves to see other perspectives with honor and respect, just as much as we honor and respect our own. All right, so let's start. I'm just gonna let the breath and the movement be the greatest part of the teachings of this practice. Okay, so here we go. Barely any words here. Stretching your heels back into a wide-legged child's pose. Come high up onto your fingertips like you're playing a grand piano. Beautiful. Walk your hands over to the left. Take 3 deep breaths from the right pinky finger, pulling the outer right hip back into the ribs, the adrenals, the kidneys. Beautiful. Walking your hands over to the other side. So coming to the right, hands are slightly wider than the shoulders, pulling the outer left hip back and breathing from that left pinky finger, widen up into those ribs, the waistline, feeling these new spaces of opportunity. Inhale back to the center. Place your hands flat, but activate the fingertips as if you're still playing that piano. Coming up onto the knees, tuck your toes, take your feet as wide as the mat, and keep your legs bent for a really wide-legged, bent knee down dog. Stretching the armpits away from the floor, hips back, heart towards the floor. Side body long. Let your hips sway to the left. You can even let that heel, the outer edge of that far foot, come off the floor and then sway to the right. Good, a couple more times. Just let this be more loose and fun and playful. Kind of letting it go. Letting it go where your body wants to go with just that perfect amount of containment, staying strong in your arms. Awesome, come down to the knees. Coming to kneeling. Taking the left hand out, right foot out. Inhale, stretch the arm over the ear. Now, checking to see if you're in optimal alignment. If you're not sure what I'm referring to, I'll give a brief review here, but there's also another video. So the hips over the ankle, shoulders over the hips, ears over the shoulders, and then stretch the side of the body. So there's equal energy and awareness in the back of the body as the front. Inhale, come up. Exhale, other side. Hip back in line with that ankle. Shoulder, ear, stretch. Stretch in that place. Get curious in optimal alignment. Back body full, front body full. Stretching the space in between. Inhale, come up, and we're just gonna go back and forth a few times. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Awesome, stepping your right foot forward, back knee on the floor, and bring your hands up to your front thigh. And then I'm just gonna turn for a second here. So optimal alignment. Shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders. Okay, so most of us will feel like we're leaning back a little bit more than we might normally do so. Tailbone scooping straight down towards the floor. Ribs are in. They're not jammed in, but they are kind of being breathed down. Heart is being breathed up. Inhale the arms up. Grabbing the left wrist with your right hand. Inhale, stretch up. And exhale over to the side. Inhale up. Exhale, switching wrist to the other side. Just mirroring me. Inhale, switch wrist. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, hands to the floor. One breath, down dog. And then inhale, left foot forward. Hands to the front thigh, pause. Stack it up. Inhale, arms up. Awesome. Grabbing the left wrist with the right hand. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, take it to the side. Inhale. Switch wrists, exhale. Inhale. Exhale, you'll feel your heart rate rising just a little bit. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Downward dog. Beautiful. Take a long dog. Feet are hip width apart for this one. Hands are outer shoulder width apart. Bend the knees so the shins are parallel to the floor. Yep, so it's pretty dramatic. And then glide your hips straight back. Now drop your knees to the mat from there. Come high up onto those fingertips again. So you're kind of like this. You're kind of in between child's pose and downward dog. Now walk your hands over to the right again. Pull the opposite hip back. Walk back to the center, all the way to the other side. Just feeling yourself getting longer and longer. A better space holder. Great, back to the middle. Walk your hands in, knees in, and come to standing. Bring your feet all the way together. Let me move back just a little bit. Bring your feet all the way together. Awesome. Squeeze your legs all the way together. I am bow-legged, so this is as good as I can get. But imagine wherever your legs are that they're squeezing, the whole inseam is coming as one. Now scoop your tailbone down, bend the knees, inhale the arms forward and up. Again, I'm going to turn sideways, so here's where you are at this point. Start to twist over to your left, taking the right elbow outside of your left knee. Push this top hand down into the bottom hand and feel what happens to the whole side of the body. Underside, upper side. Now lengthen that and then twist just a little bit more. Squeeze your legs. Beautiful. Lean back. Hips, shoulders, ears. Just in a twisty form now, but they're still in alignment. Inhale back to the center. Stretch up. Squeeze your legs. Exhale. Taking the left elbow outside the right knee. So I'm just taking my hand away to show you this. Take this top hand. Push down into the bottom hand. You'll feel that elbow push into the knee more. Knees straight, stay pointing straight ahead, and then twist from the low belly, up, 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 up the spine, as you lengthen the underside of the body, and the upper side of the body gets to go for an opening ride. One more breath. Inhale back up. And exhale, take your feet outer hip width apart, bend your knees, grab opposite elbows, and just hang and sway a little bit. Just inviting this opening, these tissues between your ribs to receive deeper breath and to let go, to release, to open to an eagle vision perspective on something that maybe you've become too narrow-minded about. With someone, with yourself, with the world. Beautiful. And then come down to the knees, stepping your right foot forward. You're going to turn that foot out and then bring this hand forward in line with this hip. Pivot onto the outer edge of the back foot. So you've got your ankle, hip, shoulder, ear, right? And then start to lower the hip down. Now what we want to make sure doesn't happen is that we collapse into the arm bone and this goes forward like this. Really bad for our joints. So activate that arm, head back, shoulder blade back. Yep, and then lower down, but don't collapse. Okay, so there's a little bit of resistance, just like a hammock. Yep. Now push the outer edge of that back foot down. Beautiful, as you might lower the hip a little bit more actively. Arm bone back, head back. You can use this hand to hold onto the knee, or you can even take it behind you for stability, wherever it wants to be. Breathe deep into that IT band, ribs. So good. Inhale back to the center. Just come to kneeling. And then switching sides. Left foot forward, toe turns out, hand comes forward, pivot to the outer edge of the back foot. Ankle, hip, shoulder, ear, right? This is micro bend. My arm muscles are working. Shoulder blades going down the back. And then with that perfect amount of friction and resistance, I know there's a safety net for me to sink into and really trust that hip going lower. You can even wiggle your back foot towards the back of your mat a little bit more. Use this hand wherever you want and even twist and open a little bit more, but check this. So again, we're not doing this to get there. This is most important, then twist. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, child's pose. And just take a couple of moments and just breathe all the way up from the pelvis, up into the armpits, even up into the pinky fingers, and then back down. Think of the sides of the neck being a part of the extension of your side body and your torso. And just feel that realignment, that reset. Big picture perspective, self-trust, self-leadership, curiosity being the number one characteristic of great leaders, starting with you, just getting curious. So to do so, we pause, we lean back, we find our optimal alignment, we reflect and slow down, and then we go from there. So as much as you pause and reflected, there's also a rise in the heartbeat, a new flush of oxygen into your bloodstream, your lymph, everything's been moving around and you are ready for whatever is next from a place of steadiness. Thank you so much for coming. I hope that you will continue to enjoy my videos.